Hi guys, welcome back to part 3 of our programming made easy with Cloud AI. Okay, so in this part we're going to use the word couple together all the script that Cloud AI has generated for us, right? Now, as we know, in the previous video it generated our script. As you can see, it generated our script. Now we are going to put this script together and deploy our application, right? So now the first thing we'll do is generate the DB structure, okay? Now, as you can see, it created the DB, it gave a DB name already, which, remember, I gave it a name here, demo x DB, and that's what it gave here. So what you simply do is click on this copy button here, right? Click on this button here to copy the entire script here, and then go to our database, right? PHP MySQL. So I should have logged in this first before coming back here. Okay. Now, remember it has already created a DB name, so you just need to just go to SQL here, paste it in there, and then run the query. It will, by default, create the database, create the tables, and then insert the dummy records it's generated, right? So the database name is what? Demo. Okay, so let's look for demo. Demo expense DB, is it? Is it? No. Sorry, that's not the right one. Demo expense DB. Let's refresh. Let's refresh. Yeah, that's there. Okay. So it has created the DB for us, and then created these tables. Now here it created sample business type records for us. Remember, I didn't create this. It is the AI created it for us. Now these are the two tables I asked it to generate. Okay, so now we go back to the platform. So we've created our DB and then our tables, and also by default populated the tables with the records it gave here. So the next thing we'll do now is to create our config file, right? So it gave it config. So what we do again now, we'll copy, and then this time we'll go to Notepad++, and then we'll paste it there. And okay, let me reduce a bit. And then we'll save. Okay, I've given it a name already. Right, I've given it a name already. So the system called it config, so that's what we're going to call it, config. Right, that's what we're going to call it, and then we'll save it. Okay, see that we've created our config file. Then the next thing I'm going to do is copy the next. The next one is now what? Index, right? Index. So this is our index script. Click on it. Create a new. Right, and then save it as index. Sorry. Index.php in that same folder. Okay, now we'll go back. The next one is add. Yeah, I think I'm on add now. You see? Okay, add. Now I'll copy again. Also, you can do publish, but I just prefer to copy. Right? I Go back here. I paste it. What do you call it? You have to name it specifically what it named it. You have to name it specifically what it named it. If you give it your own name, there will be a loss of in the course of the tools, all the systems implementing themselves. Now you may lose some certain things. Okay, so I've named that one. The next is save expense. Everything you see here is completely different from one I deployed the other time. So come here again, save expense. Another way to know the script again is, since it gave it to save there, if I want to, if you're not sure, you can always look at the previous page. You see here, I'm seeing save. The save here is in the add, because once it's adding, it will now use it to save. So I come here and then I click on save. I didn't bother going back to the cloud. Okay. Now, because it showed this, it's important we check at the bottom if there's any, if there's anywhere where the system did not write complete. But as you can see here, everything here is complete, so which means this script was completed. So the next save, okay, as you can see here, I thought it's edit. Now as you can see, there's a continuation of version 2 of this save, which is very important, right? Now, see, this is save and this is another save, which means after I hit the continue, it generated the complete part of, let me show. Okay, let me go back here. Okay. So we're going to use this part of this very save, sorry, because the first one probably may have issues. So I'll copy it. Now I'm not going to recreate a new profile. I will only select the first one, delete it, delete the content rather, and then save this other one. Okay. But from what I can see, I'm not really sure anything changed there. Okay, so we'll go back to Cloud, right? And then we'll go to Edit Expense. Yeah, because when you click, make sure there's a change on this other panel so that you don't repeat the same script you've copied before. I've made a mistake. I didn't check and I repeated a particular script, right? So we'll copy again. I will go to, right, and what's the name? Edit expense. That's the name. So I've saved that. Then the next one is delete expense. So we'll copy it again. New page. What did you say we has? Delete expense. Okay. And then finally there we have the, our CSS. I think that's the last one there. Okay. We'll copy the CSS code. We'll go to you save that normal CSS. So we'll save that. Okay, now we are done with our copying and pasting. So the next thing we'll do now is go back to the platform. So go back to our browser, open a new tab, and then remember we'll call it demo. Sorry for that. Demo X DB. Is that what I called it? Okay. You see that there's an error somewhere. DB warning blah 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 incorrect column count. For more information, please see. Okay. Now we can't see there's anything, but let's look at the index, because this page, of course, is the index page. There are no records for us here yet. As you can see, it already has the structure. This is quite beautiful. This is our table name, and it's picking everything from the table directly, because I can't see any Ajax file here from where it's getting it from. So it's running it directly on here. Yeah, it's running everything from here. Okay, it's running everything from here. So first, let's try to add record, right? Let's try to add record. See, quite easy. So if you don't know how to use PHP MySQL, I won't be able to do that teaching for you here. I would suggest you go to YouTube and learn how to install. First of all, you have to learn how to install XAMPP or WAMP. I've been using WAMP for decades now. I use WAMP, I use XAMPP, I use Bitnami also, but I'm more conversant and I prefer using WAMP for all my projects. Okay, so whichever one is okay with you, feel free. And I'm sure there are quite tons of other servers, offline servers you can deploy, as long as they can run PHP, they can run MySQL, and they can run Apache too, and they support all the extensions. Feel free to use them. So for this tutorial, I'm not going to talk about how to set up and install MySQL, and also I'm not going to talk about how to install WAMP. You just do that for yourself. And also learn how to create database. It's quite simple. Like I see here, I didn't do the manual creation. I just used the SQL query that was sent, and the system did the work for me. So then I created a folder in my server, and then with the help of the config file that was added there as include, the system has been able to join itself together. But right now, let's try adding new expense. So I do that by clicking the expense. See, boom, the add expense page has just shown up. You see that? Okay. Now let's just generate a dummy expense code, user code, company code. Remember, I didn't create this. The system did. And where is it? It is here. Okay. Now, all depends on what you want, right? All depends on what you want. In our next video, I will give us tip on the easiest way to ensure that you get what you want. You get what you want when you are putting together your prompt. Okay. Now, remember this expense. So, what did the expense cost you? Whatever it is, you put it here, say 600,000. Right? The date was already there. The expense category, on what of the category did you spend the money for? You just say whatever it is. And the business type. Now, this is for my own post. So it's either you're running customer service or whatever. Right? I use this as part of my project. So now, but for mine, it's either sales or services. So as any company that provides both sales and services, whatever the expense was expended on, you select. For example, if you are going for marketing, is sales, right? So the fund, the expenses incurred in cost of moving from the office to wherever you want to do your marketing, all of that goes under the sales expense. Now, if you're offering a service to a client and then you spent some form of funds, in the course of that service deployment, all of that expense goes to the service. So, but for the purpose of this, the system has created all of this for me, okay? Then, maybe who added it, and then the description. Now, if maybe there are more than one expense incurred, right? What do? You click on add expense, add another expense. You see? Now, if I look at, okay, let me just wrap up fine and look at that. Now, peradventure, you had 5 different expenses per day, in a particular day. I've added one here. I've added this is the second page. Now, the third page. Now, the fourth page. Now, the 5th page. Okay. Now, but we're not interested in this other one, so I delete all these other ones. Just make do with the first one I did here. Just put this. Now, I'm going to save this. Just save. Okay. Okay, I didn't enter. I just select this. Okay. Save. An error called while saving expense. Please try again. We will look at this in the next video because I don't know how much error is here, but I'll help us. We'll look at it together and see what it is. But before I do that, I believe it's just if I copy this, and I go to the save for some time, I'll just go here first to the save code, and then I type the error message. Okay. Now, when I say this, it can give me an idea of where the issue is coming from. Okay. Now, if I go back, if I also go to the save query, I type there, I won't see it, right? Okay, but I see that it's coming from here, right? So we'll look at it. But before we do that, let's. You see that? I don't know what it's doing. I don't know what it's doing. This is strange to me now. It's telling me saving expense. Please wait. And in my own, it didn't show all of these loader, right? It didn't show me all of this. Okay, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. It's taking too long. It shouldn't take this long to save this stuff. Just a few records. Why are you taking another time? Okay, while this is going on, let's check the database. If as you can see, nothing here. This is 0. Let's just refresh again. You can see nothing has been saved here. Okay. This is already sub-channels. It's created for me to enable me to do my work. Remember, they drop down. They drop down for business type, and they drop down for expense category. This is drop down for expense category. This is drop down for business type, right? Now this is still saving, but I don't think this is normal. So I'm going to refresh this page. We'll look at it why this is not saving, right? Now, but let's quickly check if this form is responsive. I believe it is, but let's just, okay, you see, it's quite responsive, right? So from here, let's click on the back to table. Yeah, the table is not responsive, but no problem. Okay, so let's go back to normal view because there's an issue here. I will debug it and then I will get back to us, okay? So thank you for watching this. I believe as a programmer, this is going to help you cut down your programming time. Remember, it developed, you generated how many scripts right here? You generated day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 codes in less than 3 minutes. Right? It's awesome. It's awesome. How this will take you a couple of hours to do, if not days. Now, yes, I mean it. To some of us, some it might take a couple of hours, some it might take days. And then you have to now sit down again and start debugging and all the rest of them. Right? And it has done a lot. It has taken away a bunch of time. Right? So, in the next video, part 4, we are going to debug that issue and then see what caused it. Okay, so see ya in the next video and remain blessed. Thank you.